Hello, hello, hello. Welcome once again to another episode with X Factor Youth and Friends. Today we're speaking to another homie of mine. He was a volunteer in Ghana and he's a co-founder of a football club called African Giants. And he's based in Amsterdam, but he's from Germany. And I'm just very interested in having a discussion with him and speaking to him in terms of like why a football club, how it came to being, and what is the plan for the future. So, without further ado, let me introduce Fiete Klaupp, also known as Coffee Guy, all the way from Amsterdam. Fiete, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for the invite. Really glad to be here and looking forward for, answering all your questions and everything you want to know.
All right. So, I came across your organization a month ago. I was just scrolling on Instagram, seeing what's popping, and then I came to your Instagram page, and then I saw that you guys are doing remarkable stuff. I had no idea though that you were one of the co-founders and that you were based all the way in Europe. But it was a fascinating story, like seeing the videos, seeing what you're doing with the kids, the youth over there, and then having them, doing exactly what they enjoy. I just felt that I had to reach out and see what conversations we can have and what synergies we can have together. But I'm really, really interested in your story. So, as one of the football, club owners, like what is your role and what do you see in the future for African Giants Football Club?
In my role as a co-founder of African Giants, well, it's basically directing from here what I can direct, right? So my partners, we have like a recruiter, so a head of recruiting, that's Alex, and then we have Isaac, which is basically head of, operating all the things in Ghana. For me, it's more about, the marketing side and the partnership side. So I'm really trying to, try and get as much partnerships as possible for academy that can be, with brands by getting the boys new jerseys, that can be with universities or with schools. What we are trying now to at least, get like one of our boys out each year in terms of like a scholarship. So I'm kind of trying to use my links over here to do that. And then regarding the marketing side, it's, working closely together with like a volunteer team that I hired, and they are all from Ghana. So mostly students that are either graduated or still in university. For example, I have a graphic designer, Prince. He's doing like an amazing job, as you could see on Instagram. He's the one behind the brain, behind all the posts. And I'm more in the, directing role. What content do we need? How do we manage to engage more people? How do we grow our followers? Those kind of things, yeah.
And then why football and not like any other sport?
Well, football was my passion for, I think, 20 years now, since I was two. I scored my first goal with just 2 years old. But jokes aside, football has always been my passion. And I actually remember that when the World Cup came to Germany in 2006, it was like the first major football event that I attended. And one thing that always sticks from World Cup is, I think, unity. Like, you see so many people coming together because of the sport. Of course, you also see that in the Olympics, but I feel like football has this special way of, binding people together, playing together. So that is the main idea, passion, and then absolutely like what it can do between different kind of cultures, different kind of people. So I just see it as a great tool, to also learn from each other, to spread certain values like teamwork. There are so many things we can learn through sport in general. So I wouldn't say, we only do football in the future, but I have great plans of doing this with, every kind of sport out there. But for now, I think coming from, my passion, playing football myself for like 15 years, that was the main idea behind it. Yeah.
So do you have an intention to make money in the future? Like, for example, enter particular leagues in Ghana, win competitions, make that, that guap, and then like level up, or is it strictly just like a social project?
Well, the man's got to eat, right? I always say. But no, money is not the main goal that strives me, and also not my motivation, because I think if you start off by putting money as your your top goal, then that's not going to work out for me. I'm rather looking to build up this academy academically, as well as how you say, like a high performance sports academy. So we will have like professional footballers on the one side, but we also have academics on the other side. So we really want to not only focus on winning tournaments, selling players. I don't even focus too much on that for now. We are really trying to use education as well, because at the end you have to ask yourself, what do you also want from your players, right? Or from the children that are going to have a scholarship? What do you expect them to do later? And I feel like it's important that they will also kind of invest back into their communities and into their neighborhoods from where they come from, to make a difference. So I feel like more of an accumulator, if that's the right way to say it, in influencing more change through different kind of children that we have going through our academy. Yeah.
Now, we cannot speak about African Giants Football Club and you being the founder without going back to before that. What did you do before you became the founder? And before all of this, like what did you do in Ghana?
What did I do in Ghana? I was a volunteer, as you said, when introducing me. So after high school, I went abroad to Ghana for a year, actually, to live in a more rural area. So it wasn't particular like Accra or Kumasi, so the main cities, but rather more, on the, you say land, on the land? Can you say it like that? I think now your connection is tripping. Connection.
Okay. And then
I think the
is that where you
connection
got
was
your
gone
name?
right now. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Anyway,
Is
so
that where you got?
so I was
Yep.
basically in a school as an assisting teacher, and also like a physical education teacher, as well as football coach, in the free time after school. So I mainly took responsibility of assisting all the other teachers, and training, then having my own football team in the afternoon, which was quite a learning experience. And it was basically a volunteering job, so a lot of free time as well, besides the work, and getting to know the country, traveling during holidays, making a lot of friends over there, and just fell in love with the country and the people. And that's basically what made me come back twice now. Really looking forward to maybe living in Ghana at some point myself, because I feel like African Giants definitely also needs the third founder to be there, but it needs to be the proper timing.
Yeah. And then is that where you got your name, Coffee Guy Guy?
Yeah, that one is a whole different story, man. So Kofi Guy Guy, I'm not sure in South Africa, how would you define Guy Guy? Is there like a definition for that over there? No?
Not really. That's what I'm
Okay.
curious.
So
This is my first time
let me
hearing
start
Coffee
right
Guy Guy.
there. Let me start right there. So in Ghana, a guy always know what's going on, right? And is always aware and on top of his things. So I fell in love also with the music when I came to Ghana, right? So I didn't know Burna Boy before, which is Nigerian, or I didn't know those Afro, artists. We have an artist in Ghana called Shatawale. I don't know if you know him, or Stone Boy. So we have plenty of artists, or Sarkodie, which I think is known all over Africa, which made me really fall in love with the music and the entertainment industry. And that was also kind of, now I lost it. You have to cut this.
Okay, perfect. I'll cut it.
No, what I wanted to say is, ask me the question one more time. Like, I don't remember.
Okay, so how did you get the name Coffee Guy Guy?
Yeah. So yeah, as I fell in love, with the music, that was actually the time I decided to open a YouTube channel. So I had a YouTube channel before, before the whole African Giants project, while still being a student. And I decided to do reaction videos on African music. So not only Ghanaian music, but, all kind of mainly West African music. And then I was trying, Kofi is actually Friday born in Ghana. So because I'm born on a Friday, my name would be Kofi. And then we have different names, for all the days. So that is the Kofi, it explains it. But coming to the guy, as I said, being on top of his things, I didn't came up with it, but actually my friends in Ghana, while roaming around with them, while chatting with them, also thinking about a name, they were actually the ones who also came up with Guy. And then since then, it's been a huge joke, a huge, whenever arriving at the airport or those things, yo, Guy. So it's a whole thing for itself now. And it's the less professional side of mine, to say.
I see. And then how did African Giants FC get the name African Giants? Like, what inspired that name?
Well, also related to my music experience, because I'm a big fan of Burna Boy. And actually, he has a title, or he even, is called the African Giant, because he's like the African giant of the music industry, I feel like. So in terms of that, he inspired me to choose the name, because behind every song, or behind every sentence he says, there's always a mindset of pushing Africa, of this, displaying the good sides through his music, as well as the challenges. So I thought that's an amazing, name for pushing out the vision, or even, using the same way through sports. And then for African Giants Football Academy actually symbolizes that there is so much giantness in Africa, and the whole of Africa, no matter which area you go to. It can be anything, right? You have potential in technology, in sports, like in so many different areas, that I said, okay, it's actually the perfect name to not only be a football club, but to push, or to show that we are actually behind changing a lot more.
Okay. Yeah. Like your story, the African Giant story, like I resonate with it so much because we're all about investing in Africa, and it's always a matter of, Africans will of course try their best to invest in the African continent. But what I like with your organization, you yourself, you're young, you're vibrant, you're turning a passion into like a project that not only benefits the community. You're not even in Ghana, but you're making such a huge impact, and I respect that. So it's a fascinating story, and I really, really want to share it with the world, because there's many people that, very few people that actually see the investment opportunities in Africa. And you've spotted something based on being a volunteer and seeing what is there, and also going into the village, not just like being in the urban areas such as, Kumasi, Accra.
Exactly.
Like, you went to the village and you were like, yo, let's start something here. And 10 years, 15 years, maybe even 5 years down the line, like when African Giants is like out here beating people in the African, the CAF, like you can say that no, it's just from a small village,
Mm.
in Ghana to like the big leagues now, so it's a very inspiring story, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have reached out and to have you, holler at your boy as well. And I'm very, yeah, like I'm moved by it, bro. Like, and I wish you more opportunities, more blessings, more greatness, because
Amen.
stories like this need to be shared with the world, fam. For real, Charlie. For real, for real, for real.
I appreciate
For
that a lot.
no, definitely like your stories, and please also highlight the other co-founders and just like tell them that bro, like we see the work. We definitely see the work,
All right.
and gro- growth is inevitable. Just as like a few parting shots.
Mhm.
What from what you've seen or your ambitions, like where do you see the African continent, whether it's through sports or general, from a European perspective and being a co-founder of an organization? Where do you see Africa in the next couple of years? I'm not even gonna give like a duration. Like where do you see it in the future?
I think they're in general a bit hard to, uh, so many different areas I said before, so we could talk about. In general, I think, as you said, it's investment time, and a lot of people also don't realize that there are investments. A lot also do realize it, I think. Um, so I think it's, growing in each and every area. I mean, it's sometimes a very slow development in a lot of things, but I think there are also already very developed things. I mean, look at mobile money, right? In Germany, I'm still waiting 3 days to get a transaction done via my bank. Meanwhile, in Ghana, I can send it to you in just a minute, which is actually quite developing. Meanwhile, we over here, we still, um, take a lot of time to do that. In the Netherlands, it's different. It also takes a second, but it shows me how, different each and every country is. And you cannot particularly say, Africa is underdeveloped. And, there's so many developed sites already. And I think in the next few years, it will become definitely more. But to do it, of course, it also takes leaders to, take those steps. I think I have a couple of insights on, for example, Rwanda. I think they are doing like a really good job in at least showing off what they actually develop and everything. So I think they, especially like the capital or the president, always makes headlines all over Africa. Like each and every African is looking up to Rwanda. I mean, it's also a very tiny or smaller country, I think, compared to other African countries, right? So that's also to be taken into account. But I'd wish actually for more, investments on each and every area, because there is so much potential. And mostly, for example, Ghana, if I take that as an example, because I actually been there, the opportunities are huge, but sometimes it just takes too much time, or people are trying to rather, use the finances and stuff for their own needs. So I feel like huge potential, and it will also be, let's say, more developed in the next few years. But we really do need the people to also do it. So yeah, I wish for more, like political freedom, that people are fast in building the projects and not being slowed down, because I think there's a lot of private, people who are ready to invest into things, but then governments and stuff make it hard to actually do it right. So yeah, I hope that that's going to be more quicker, and then I think we can see a lot of improvement in all sectors over in Africa. Yeah.
See, and I know like every starting organization always has an organization that's already developed to look up to.
Mhm.
For you, what is the organization that you look up to?
Our organization is Right to Dream, also a football academy in Ghana, but with a unique approach of character development and talent development. So they have also the two components of academics and sports, which I basically took over from them. And yeah, adding to that, they really have a strong, character development program. So the kids are not only, playing football all day and then going to school, but they even have like their own department of character development and purpose, which I think is huge, man. Because if you are at a young age, I didn't know what my purpose was. We didn't talk in school about purpose, or trying to see where are actually the areas you feel like you can make a difference, or you want to push your energy towards. We don't learn this in school, right? You're just learning all kinds of math, science, and it's good. You need a general education, I believe, but I think it's so much better if you know from a very young age already where your interest lies, and then trying to promote that interest through organizations. So I'm even missing it in our developed countries over here. And that's the more that I look up to an organization in Ghana, Right to Dream, which is actually doing that, giving the children a purpose, or letting them find their purpose. There's a lot of support in character development, and I feel like that's the organization we really want to, not copy, but we try and want, there's always more need of organizations like that, and I'm sure we will add our own original African Giants touch. But yeah, if you ask me what organization I look up to, it's definitely Right to Dream. Yeah.
Wow, like it's interesting that you mentioned like in Europe, like the whole character building. Like I thought, because the image that we have is that the Europeans have it all figured out, especially from like youth development perspective, where you go out there, have a person like try out new things, and then zone in and see what exactly they enjoy, and discovering their purpose. So that was very very interesting. Okay, all right, no, um, I really again like I really see African Giants like doing doing its thing in not only West Africa but the African continent. And we are definitely, as expected youth, going to be keeping in touch, keeping focus, because
Definitely.
there's a lot of remarkable things that you will be doing, and I know that the passion is there. Like I see the passion every day on the Instagram pages, the
Yes, man.
websites. Like we see you doing the most, man, and the support is there. I'm really looking forward to hopefully coming to Ghana one of the days, um, and just also being part of that movement
You're
that you have
always
going.
welcome. Always. Also South Africa. I think we gotta do something. Yeah.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Like we'll be glad to host you down here. Like, yeah, African Giants is international, baby. It's international, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. So what is that phrase that they always say? Like it's a trend now. It's chale, nah? Chale. What does
Chale,
chale
yeah,
even
Chale.
mean?
Chale, what's up?
What's chale? Okay, okay, okay. No, I see. No, thank you so much, Mr. Coffee Guy, aka Fiete Klaupp. I
You're
really appreciate
welcome.
the interview. And yes, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, please definitely do your research on African Giants Football Club. Go on the website. It's www.africangiantsfootballclub.org. Am I right?
African Giants Football Academy, but only FA. So AfricanGiantsFA.com, that's it.
Okay. And then go on the Instagram account. What is the Instagram account?
African Giants FA official, I believe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So please do show some love. Do show some support. African Giants is it's one of those
To the
underdog
world, to the world.
clubs to the world, man. Ghana to the world. So for sure, it's been a lovely chat. We definitely want to keep in touch. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you
We
too,
really
man. I really
um,
appreciate the invite, and hope we are going to do a lot of things in the future. I really do believe there's great potential also between Ghana and South Africa. So definitely gonna hit that mad combo there.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Fiete Klaupp, aka Mr. Coffee Guy.
Blessings out. Bye bye.